Good job. Your scream
He's been.
just almost made it in, but you were too early, bro.
We're live.
Yeah, I started it.
Are
Come
you
on.
live?
I don't even care about an intro right now.
We are the men of.
Are you sure?
The Men of Gondor
We are the men of Gondor.
No,
and Rohan will answer.
Fortunately, Connor's not here.
We can talk about Lord of the Rings without Connor. I mean, I love talking with Lord of the Rings with Connor, but I'm just saying. We're all fans of Lord of the Rings, bro.
With the wish of the East, bro.
But definitely, if we're doing a Lord of the Rings podcast, we should do it with Connor. But I'm just saying, it's not like taboo to talk about it without Connor.
It's taboo, like the freaking guy you fight in Smash Bros. Brawl, Subspace Emissary. It was actually like both super hard and super easy. It's really hard fighting him with two people, but I really feel like if you fought him with one person, it'd be 10 times easier, because then you'd be getting hit less. Well, you get hit the same amount, but only be one person, you know?
But player 2 lives don't matter anyway. I mean, if you die, I don't get to carry on the fight. I just die.
Die. Player 1 life is the only one that matters in that. It's kind of dumb. So I want to talk about
Cheese.
astral which are a gargantuan monstrosity, Titan unaligned. They tend to haunt the silvery void of the astral plane, as big as ancient red dragons, and they're real spiky.
Spiky boy.
Hey, say their name again?
Astral dreadnoughts.
I'm looking this up because I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh my gosh. What?
It's gigantic. Do you not know?
It's a giant crab.
I mean, kinda. But it smiles.
That is a crab.
They are featured in Mordenkainen's Total Foes, Mordecai's Herbivores. No, they got more than one eye. Nope, they have one eye.
Yeah, they're like an ogre. It's like
They're
an
like
ogre.
A giant cyclops.
With crab hands.
And a giant tail thing. But they're in space. Ish. What's your opinion?
Oh gosh.
I guess this is what's happening now.
What are they called again?
We may just be
okay.
Monsters out of 10. What's your ranking for the Astral Dreadnought?
Astral Dreadnought.
I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 for being scary and being classic.
Looks like a beholder if you stuck it on a crab.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
In some pictures, it's got a really slim stomach. In some pictures, it's got a freaking Jabba the Hutt stomach. They're really thick. I would rank them low. I do not enjoy them.
You don't enjoy it? You don't think it's cool?
No.
I give it a solid 5.
Oh, I'm sad at all of you.
On scareness level, a 9.
That is a gargantuan monstrosity. If that just came out of the abyss towards your face, not the actual abyss, but just the astral plane towards you, would you not be terrified?
Oh, of course I would be terrified. That's why I give it a 9.
Oh, sick.
On that.
Oh, fine.
On scariness level, a 9. But on looks, if this thing was in a museum, just chilling, dead, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's spooky, but okay. It's just chunky.
Chunky.
Am I wrong?
That's Nick's classification here. It's chunky.
It's chunky. It's
chunky.
a chunky monkey.
It is chunky.
It's chunky. Okay.
What's another monster?
Okay. One sec. We're gonna pull something out of Star Wars because I can.
What? Star Wars.
I'm pulling out all of the weird. Okay, Crate Dragon.
Oh, crate dragons are sick.
Okay, just because it's from Star Wars.
No. They look cool. They're in KOTOR. They're just sick, dude.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that they're in like they're alluded to in the first like 20 minutes of all Star Wars, where Ben Kenobi approaches making the sound of a Crate Dragon. I'm just
Whoa.
remembering the original audio for that.
And then they switched it to
And then
like.
they switched it, and it was like, it was like, aren't you freaking?
I gotta show you that video, Nick. It's really funny.
Yeah, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was just why.
I mean, okay, it's basically just a giant Komodo dragon.
That's really
No,
all.
I've looked up the picture. On dragon scariness level, I give it like a 3.
Yeah, it's like a 3 out of 10 on dragon. But
like in Star Wars dragon, that's like an 8, dude.
That's like an 8.
The only thing that would beat that is like the Mythosaur. Because there's not many dragons.
Shall we rank the Mythosaur?
Mythosaur is a solid 10, dude.
What about the Mythosaur? I don't know. How do you spell Mythosaur?
Myth.
It's
That's not right.
It's literally Mythosaur. It looks like a black dragon.
S-A-U-R.
It only pulls up with the skulls. Okay, it looks like a giant saber-toothed T-Rex.
It looks like
a dragon.
A black dragon from D&D.
What?
Yeah.
Only one I'm pulling up is like, okay. I guess the one I pulled up looks like a freaking T-Rex.
Yeah, that's dumb. No, the Mythosaur are they're like crate dragons, except their horns curve down towards their mouth, whereas the crate dragon they like point backwards.
Yeah. Okay. What about Wampas?
Oh my god.
Wampas?
I think they should make like a horror movie on Wampas.
I'll give them a solid 8 because there's a mode in the original Battlefront 2 where you can just play as Wampas versus rebels on Hoth and just beat them up, and it's so fun.
Oof. I gave them a solid 9 just because of how scary they were to me as a kid.
Oh, they were super freaky. Like that's like the one jump scare in Star Wars. There's probably more.
I don't know. That freaking shoot, what was it? Like the whatever bat that jumped on the freaking window and
Oh yeah. Yeah. What
what's that called?
It's a reek no. Shoot.
It's something. It's
Minoc. It's a Minoc.
That's what it is. They're okay. They're cool. They're weird. I guess they can survive in gas pockets in space. So whatever.
Oh, and there's also the KOTOR spiders. Kinraths.
What's a Kinrath?
It's a thing.
Thank you, Justin.
Wow, thank you. That's so nice. I'm so glad that we've established that it is a thing.
Is that with a K?
Yeah.
Kinrath?
What?
I hope if someone's listening to this, they're looking these up too, because otherwise they're just like, what are they talking about?
Let's describe the Kinrath, shall we? It's like a sick bug, but you smushed it and it just made it whiter. I don't. It's like a stick bug. That's kind of like what it looks
It's
like.
a
There's
stick
no real
bug
features.
that's angry.
But it's also like a praying mantis a little bit. It's got like 4 or 5 legs. How
Got
many legs?
4 legs and 1 arm on its face, where
It's got a
attacks
face arm.
people.
That's a flex. Face arm. Okay, I'll give it 10. I'll give it 10 out of 10 for face arm.
Just for face.
No, I hate these things. They're the worst.
This is not fun. Okay, that's less than fun.
How do we feel about Ewoks?
Oh,
I'll-
10 out of 10, bro.
10 out of 10, bro.
10 out of 10.
Unless we're talking about the old Ewok movie, in which case. Okay, how about the Dragon Queen herself, Tiamat? What are we ranking her at?
Call it 8.5.
What? Just because she killed Alden?
No, just because she's not that intimidating.
What? She's the Dragon Queen.
Yeah, but she's got a gimmick, and gimmicky dragons aren't that scary.
Mickey.
What's the gimmick? What gimmick?
She's got multiple heads, and she's the Dragon Queen, and yet, like, I don't know, like, there's plenty of other people who are more powerful than she is.
Like who? Well, I mean,
Us.
I mean, like,
Subterfuge.
when
yeah,
you
subterfuge.
you're fighting a
Subterfuge.
version of her because I suck at combat. Okay.
I don't know. I just think that, like, a Tarask is way more intimidating than she is.
We took a Tarask down in 3 rounds.
Okay, but, like, another thing, though, is, like, a Tarask is, like, this huge monstrosity that, like, just, like, instills fear. And, yeah, I realize that Tiamat has that same thing. But, like, a freaking Tarask, dude?
What's your
Thing
problem?
just, like, eats buildings for fun.
And what's your problem with Tiamat? I just feel like you don't have a good enough reason.
She's just, I don't know. She just seems, like, lame. Oh, no, I've been stuck in hell for so long, and someone has to come and save my butt.
Or
Like-
that she's threatening enough they had to imprison her. The gods themselves had to imprison her because she was that big of a threat.
Yeah, she was a big threat, but apparently not, like, apparently she's not a big enough threat to get herself out of the crap.
You know what? Shouldn't we refer to Tiamat as them because there's like 5 different dragons' brains
I
on
don't know.
one body?
It's a she. I'm pretty sure. I don't know her pronouns, so I can't really assume.
I'm not like do the right pronouns. I'm just saying she has multiple heads. Are those different dragon heads, different dragons? Like they're different brains and they like talk to each other or like what?
Sorry, super nerd moment here, but the way Chris Perkins explained it when on one of the podcasts that he's on with D&D is that like the voices trade off in kind of this like as the heads are kind of like writhing around, the voices trade off with the head that's speaking, like the different brain functions taking over with different heads. So it's one being, and when the head isn't taking the brain control, like and talking and conversing, I don't know. It's like an octopus, right? An octopus's brain that's spread all throughout its body. It's just got 5 different locations for its one central brain. You know,
Okay.
I guess I don't know. I feel like that's like the only way to explain it because I feel like she is one thing. She's one being, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, put it this way: Tarask and Tiamat are both challenge 30, and they both give you the same amount of XP. Tarask has armor class 25. Tiamat has armor class 25. Tarask has 33 d20 plus 330, whereas Tiamat has 30 d20 plus 300. So Tarask has 30 more hit points. If that's what you want to look at.
I just feel that, like, if you were to walk into a fight and you had to pick, like, oh man, who am I going to fight? Am I going to fight Tiamat or am I going to fight a Tarask? I would much rather fight Tiamat because it just seems easier than a Tarask.
What?
I don't know, they both seem hard, but Tiamat definitely feels more scary to me just because of all of her. Like, a Tarask just seems like a hit point box. That's all it is. And Tiamat,
Yeah, It's anti-magical. Like, so magical stuff does like hardly any damage to it. Smacking it with like a sword, he can just be like, "Oh, you want to die? I'ma just eat you because you're automatic grapple and you take damage. And if you're swallowed, you're screwed."
So with Tiamat, everything you just said is the same with Tiamat.
What?
Six just doesn't like Tiamat.
I just don't like Tiamat.
But I'm just like, statistically, she's more scary to me.
I agree with you. I mean, it's just like a dragon with a lot of heads, and a Trask is just a giant dinosaur.
It's like somebody was like, let's make a dragon but a Hydra and make it really big and scary.
Well, like, for me, like, especially after reading, like, if you, like, read Dragon Myth and stuff, she is the queen of dragons. She is the mother of dragons. You know? Like, I don't know, like, the reason you have the chromatic dragons was because Tiamat. They didn't design chromatic dragons and then design Tiamat. They designed Tiamat being this five-headed dragon. They're like, oh, what if those 5 different types of dragons were just the 5 different types of dragons? Which led to them designing chromatic stuff. I'm pretty sure, anyways. That's what I've read. I could be wrong, but the idea of Tiamat with those 5 heads is what birthed the idea of the 5 different types of dragons.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
At least that's from what I could definitely be wrong, but that's what I've seen. Because until then, it was just dragon, 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 all types of dragons. And
You are just dragon.
And that's what, well, yeah, that's why D&D is known for having like 5 classes of dragons.
And now on to the scariest D&D villain, Darth Nihilus.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
about to have this conversation, Justin?
Oh,
Are we about to have this conversation, Justin?
For those of you who don't know, when I was a kid, I would pronounce Darth Nihilus as Darth Nihilus whenever I was talking to Ryan. I don't know why. I just said it like that, and that's just how I said it, and he would get mad at me every time. I was pretty sure it was Nihilus, and then I was like, I thought Nihilus sounded dumb, but now I'm realizing how dumb I sounded.
Nah, you just sounded dumb.
But that's what I just said.
So, okay. First, let's talk about Darth Nihilus. Nick, do you have an opinion on Darth Nihilus?
He's a hungry boy. That's all I know. That he just eats planets.
All
all I know.
That's all Darth Nihilus has become, is a meme at this point, which I think is unfortunate.
I just knew that he was a powerful Sith Lord that did stuff. Like, I have never been in, like, I used to consider myself a Star Wars nerd until I met you two, and I'm like, wow, I am not a Star Wars nerd. Just letting you know. But
you still are.
I am, but I'm not like...
You don't have to be like knowing the expanded universe to be a nerd. You can like Star Wars and know the stuff.
I know some of the stuff. All I know about Nihilus, though, is he's got a freaking sick mask and he eats stuff.
This is better.
Well, Revan's is better, but Nihilus does have a sick mask. If I were to pick between Nihilus or Revan's mask, I would pick Revan's mask. But if I had to pick between Vader's mask and Nihilus's mask, I would pick Nihilus.
I mean, yeah.
And if I had to pick between a Clone Trooper helmet and Revan's, I would pick a Clone Trooper helmet.
Dang.
Really?
Dang.
Honestly, though, I kind of agree. Revan's has always been cool to me. Mandalorians have been cool, but like even Revan's versus like a modern Mandalorian helmet, I'd rather have a modern Mandalorian.
Like if you just look at like a freaking like ARC Trooper or like Captain Rex's helmet, and you just look at that and you're like, man, that's nice.
That's Nick's entire
argument. You fools.
Don't get me wrong, Revan's is cool, but he don't got no paint on it.
It's red and silver. It's painted red.
Yeah, but it's not got no decals. Like Rex has got freaking J guys, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if that's what you're looking for, they're cool for different reasons, though. I thought we were gonna do the whole Darth Nihilus versus Revan fight.
Oh,
Oh,
we
no.
could do that for the next one.
I have no idea about any of that.
Okay.
Maybe I should do some research.
Nihilus by himself. Okay.
Are we doing this right now?
No, just not. I thought you were just gonna. Thought we were just gonna talk about freaking Nihilus.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Rating Nihilus,
I don't
1
know.
to 10. What do we rate him as a Sith Lord?
Looks. People have always had a problem with like the headdress, the way it like comes square at the top, but I've always thought it looked cool.
Oh,
One of the
looks. He
coolest
looks
co-
sick. He looks so sick.
One of the coolest drawings I've ever done was of Nihilus. I know. I've always just liked his look and thought he was super cool. But like the thing about him is you can't personify him as much. Like I don't know that much about his backstory. Because like
It's in his backstory.
he is this like amalgamated thing. He's not a person at a certain point, you know? Like
Oh,
he's a
yeah.
dark side apparition. Like it doesn't even list him as a species on Wikipedia.
But that's one thing that's really cool about him.
Like he transcended like dark side is pathway to towards the unnatural stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I just wish that like that's the annoying thing with like that was like arguably the better part of cutting all the stuff that was canon that is now legends. You know, the good part about that was that like there was so much and it was all weird and confusing on what was actually happening because there was no like definite storyline. But like at the same time, now we just don't have anything about these characters. I want more on Darth Nihilus. Revan too. There's been weird almost references to all of them. Like the difference.
I know.
Just tell us these stories.
Like okay. Looking at Revan in Clone Wars animation, like I don't know if it was just unfinished, but it kind of looked weird to me. But just to think that the son of Mortis was gonna talk to the ancient Sith Lords, Revan, Darth Bane, the other one, I don't remember who it was.
Andeu?
I don't remember.
Albus?
But holy crap. Holy crap.
Like I've got this entire book. It's called the Book of Sith, and it's supposed to be this book that was passed through all the Sith lines and stuff. And it's got notes from like Luke, because he eventually found it. There's Darth Sidious, whole bunch of other people who made notes in it. Mother Talzin, Mace Windu, Yoda.
Mother Talzin's such an interesting
Vader
character.
made notes. Like it's been Quinlan Voss even, and this explains some of his fault. Like I just wish this stuff was canon, you know? Like it explains all the Sith abilities, like Sith fire and like thought bombs and stuff. Like I wish that we had more.
I know.
Yeah. Drain life, death field, mind shard, memory walk, lightning.
Death field is so fun.
Convection, that's like the concentration of force energy that can make like turn into fire. The visual here is super cool. Cryokinesis, siphoning, like there's just so many abilities that were like ancient Sith stuff, and I'm just like, I want it to be talked about, you know?
I know.
And it's
in terms of Nihilus in the fight, the boss battle, I give it a 1. He's so easy in KOTOR 2. It's not even funny. You just like hit him a couple times and then he like gets exhausted and tries to drain you, but he can't because you're this weird wound in the force, and then he's just like, oh no, and then you kill him. Well, quote unquote kill him. I don't know what happens to him.
Shall we go into another person? That's in a very different arena.
Oh no.
Ganondorf.
Oh
I was
ever
not
talked
expecting
about
that.
Zelda.
I don't think we have. Okay, the only reason I'm bringing Ganondorf up is because you mentioned an easy boss fight. And let me just say this. I am terrible at video games. But I beat Calamity Ganon. And then what was the one after him? Just the pure destruction one that came after Calamity Ganon? Or was it before?
The Beast.
Yeah, well,
That came after. Yeah, the Beast that came after.
I thought they actually had a name for him.
Dark Beast Ganon.
Dark Beast Ganon. I think that was actually what it was.
I know that's what it is.
I'm proud of you. Good job. Because I definitely didn't.
We should talk about like the lore of Zelda because there's actually a lot to talk about there. Sometimes.
Oh, if Adam wants to, he should come and we should do that. That would be
That
fun.
would be fun.
I would love to talk about Zelda. Yeah, I'd give Ganondorf
No.
a 5. Twilight Princess, that's a 9.
As a villain in general, I don't know. He's just like he's a classic Ganon. Like he gives me the similar feeling of Darth Vader. Not as much, but like Ganondorf, like whenever you see him, like you just like he has that villain quality,
Yeah, quality villain. Nick, come up with someone. Who do you want to talk about?
Who do I want to talk about? What is Lord freaking Shax?
Who?
Lord Shax.
Okay.
For those of you who have played Destiny, what a beast! He's sick.
He's insane. He's the best.
Who is this?
Lord Shax,
okay, I know this guy.
the
I've only played
Crucible
Destiny
Man.
okay. Dude, I never played Crucible. I play on a freaking PS3, so there's not many people to play with me. But second of all, I'm just bad at video games. He's cool. He's nice. I don't know.
That's
Yeah, he's a nice guy until you get on his bad side and you get beat up.
Dude, he'd mess you up.
Defender of the Last City.
Here's the deal. There's this gun that was added called the Mountaintop, okay? It is a grenade launcher that shoots like a rocket launcher.
Why do you have a Nerf gun?
Because it's by me, okay?
Sorry, what? Nick, what?
There's this thing called the Mountaintop. It is a grenade launcher that shoots projectiles that shoot completely straight, like a rocket. And on the thing, it talks about how Shax's using this. Lord Saladin and like Zavala were like, you need to retreat and stuff. And he shuts off his comm link, reloads it, and like just starts going ham. And I'm like, and if you get like a 20 kill streak, he says this thing where he was like, I'd rip out a Vex heart with my teeth. I'd challenge Kel to like hand-to-hand combat and stuff. And I'm just like, Shax, I want to see this. He also can sing, and he has a mixtape.
What?
He has
I did not know that.
He has a mixtape. You do it for one of the quests of the fourth horseman in Destiny 2.
Oh, sorry. I watched a video. I'm pretty darn sure that this guy voices Trevor Belmont in Castlevania. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but give me a second.
Who?
This is amazing.
Lord Shax?
Your enemy can't kill if they're
dead. I don't have a medal for this. 1 second.
Yes!
I bet they didn't expect that.
I don't think he is. Apparently, I'm really bad at matching voices because that's not him. I'm really dumb. I'm sorry.
On a scale level of good NPC, we give him a 9.5.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Cade 6, however,
That's
is a
a
solid
10.
10.
That's a 10.
Possibly a
That is
10 and a half.
10.
Cade 6 is the best.
Till he freaking died.
So freaking died. I just love all of like Nathan Fillion. I'm a huge fan of Nathan Fillion because he's just such a funny like character. Because he played Castle in the show Castle, and he was really funny in that. He played Buck in the Halo series, like Halo ODST and Halo 5, and he's just super charismatic and funny. He played Cade 6, and then he also played Green Lantern in a couple of the Justice League stuff, like the animated things. And he's just super funny and just it's just so funny. Oh my cotton socks! Did you not just hear what I said?
Oh my god, son. Speaking of Halo,
Guys, this is the worst.
what?
It's Kate's last stand, but with Shax yelling at him.
It's the best. It's so funny.
Speaking of Halo, Master Chef, my boy, needs to
Did you
be
just say
added to
Master
Smash
Chef?
Ultimate.
Put Master Chief in Smash Ultimate.
He's probably like,
Put
watch him get
Steve-
added, and we listen to this later, and we're like,
Money, Nintendo.
oh my god.
Steve from Minecraft as well should be added to Smash.
I'd be okay with that.
No,
Because that is
No.
Toronto Plant, and
Yes.
that's my
no,
standards.
Accept your fate.
no.
Just add Waluigi. Like, it's not like a thing that I'm that passionate about. I just don't get why they haven't. You know?
If you're gonna put Steve in, just make him a Mii sword fighter skin. I don't want to play as Minecraft Steve.
I want Minecraft Steve
No.
in Smash.
And also, screw Gino. Everyone's like, oh, put Gino in. No. No.
What I don't get is why everyone's like, okay, I've never actually been that well connected to Halo. Once again, never played it really. So I don't know who Master Chief is. He just looks like the other Halo people to me. So adding Master Chief in, cool, add someone from Halo.
Okay, but that's different from Minecraft. Minecraft, you're an avatar and you put skins on it. Wow. Master Chief is a dude with a personality.
No. Listen here.
No,
The
I'm not saying-
original Minecraft was just Steve. There wasn't Alex.
It was a
There
skin.
wasn't Skin. No, it was just Steve. You played as
Okay,
Steve.
Steve's
This is not an RPG. You don't talk and like click dialogue boxes and become Steve. You aren't playing as Steve. You're playing Minecraft with a
You're
Steve
already
skin.
Steve. It's just Steve. Always
No.
wait, it's all Steve? Always
Do
has
you
been.
not want Master Chef in Smash Bros?
No, I absolutely do want him. He has to come before Steve, though.
Okay, here's the thing. They added Banjo-Kazooie. How many more properties of Xbox are they going to allow in Smash? And if they have to pick between Master Chief and Steve,
It's got to be Master
pick
Chief.
Steve into the Nether. Get
No.
out.
No. Here's the deal. If they bring Steve into what is it? Smash Ultimate. Do you know how many maps they could make? They could
They
make
would
an
only make one
overworld
stage.
and they could make a nether map.
Yeah, they would. I think they would only make one stage though.
I guess that's
That's
true.
all. That's what they do.
But
So-
Master Chief,
I've
could
watched
you
like
imagine
millions.
fighting on the Ark stage
Or on
You
a
have, like,
Pelican.
or on a Pelican? Like you just have like ships flying around you, a warthog drives through. That would be his ultimate. He hits you with a warthog and just plows into you with the chain gun on
That
top.
would be cool. That would be really cool.
Put Master Chief in Smash Ultimate.
Okay. Wait, Ender Dragon.
You know, on like toughness level,
Like 7.
like a 7, yeah. The
Fuck.
Wither is like harder, but also like not that scary. I don't know. I've never been scared of the Wither. The Wither's just annoying, if anything. Like low level, oh, terrifying. But like normal, like it's like, oh, whatever.
Because you're already dead.
Yeah. Level 0.
They should add a new boss.
I know they really should, because there's not one, and it's just the Ender Dragon and the Wither. And the Ender Dragon, like you can respawn it and stuff, so it's like, oh, you can fight it more, but it's like, I don't know, it's not as fun.
Yeah, they should add more like mechanics to that fight because it's just like build up to the tower, break the things, then when he goes to the middle, hit him with everything you have.
They should bring back the. Oh my gosh, I've said this so many times and I still can't remember what it's called. The glowstone portal.
The Aether?
Back to Ether.
The Aether was never in it. That was a mod.
What?
Yeah.
It wasn't?
No, it was a mod.
Put that in there.
Yeah, all of that you've seen, that's a mod. That's like one of the first mods they made.
I'd only heard about it, and so there was a huge update for if you remember that huge update from Minecraft forever ago. I remember waiting for my friends for that because it was updating on Pocket Edition because that's the only way I could play. And so it was getting rid of the Nether Core reactors.
Oh my gosh.
Waiting for that because it was coming with a lot of stuff that was adding. So I was adding the other, but I also didn't really know what it was.
Dude, I made a underwater house out of Nether reactor cores because I was like, this is gonna be sick. I don't know how sick it was because it was actually above water and I just put water over it.
Oh, bro, they should totally
have reactor core is blue and yellow.
Have you never seen another reactor core, Justin?
Not really.
You never really played Pocket that much either.
No.
They should totally add the other back in. The Aether?
The Aether.
They should do it. They should add it in.
I think it'd be cool. That are like advanced caves.
No, dude, you know how hard it is for me to freaking find iron right now?
Do you know how hard it is for me to find diamonds, and yet everyone on the server already has freaking netherite, and I'm sitting here like...
I don't have any netherite. Shut up.
Well, I don't have netherite either.
Netherite was a thing until Connor and Tanner started talking about it, though, so...
Got him.
Okay. Rate Doctor Doom.
Not that scary.
He's always seemed like a fantastic, classic Marvel villain.
Like, he's cool, but he's not that scary.
I think the only the only time I ever saw him as a kid was the Fantastic Four movie, and I was not.
Ultimate Alliance?
Oh, dude, I played Ultimate Alliance.
No.
Bro.
Game. On the 360. Oh, I played it on the 360.
That was a great game. What? They're gonna use Black Panther? Okay, well, so they're gonna use Black Panther 2 to introduce Doctor Doom, potentially. How are they gonna introduce the Fantastic Four, though? What?
They better do it good. Oh, they should put Spider-Man in the Fantastic Four. Ooh.
Totally.
That'd be sick.
I don't know. Doctor Doom's okay.
Green Goblin was always like a classic for me.
Goblin's been cool. Doctor Doom was just like he was just so powerful and smart. Like at some points he had the Infinity Gauntlet. Like he was just very neat.
Neat.
What is up with the big Green Goblin? Did he like mutate?
I don't know. That's just, I guess, one take on Green Goblin.
That's how it is in like the Spider-Man,
Spider-Verse.
Spectacular Spider-Man and Spider-Verse stuff.
Mm.
Maybe not. Maybe not Spectacular Spider-Man. It was something else.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, like there's one like
I think
where
that's what it is.
he goes like to the alternate Spider-Verse and like finds 2099 and the Green Goblin's like having a heyday going to different dimensions.
Okay. Rate the Joker.
10.
Which Joker?
I don't know.
I personally think that certain Jokers are better than other Jokers.
Okay, Mark Hamill Joker, Arkham Joker is the best. Then it's The Dark Knight.
I love
have
the
not
Gotham
seen the Joker movie, so I don't know about him. But
The Gotham
I assume
Joker
he's really good.
was amazing. It left me
I
scared.
could tell just from the trailers that he was really good.
Yeah. I know, even Jared Leto's, like, I don't blame Jared Leto for this. I don't think he liked his Joker either. They were going for an angle that was cool and interesting, but it wasn't the Joker that like people were used to or wanted. Like, it was modern gangster, and it felt really weird.
Yeah, like I don't remember which Batman movie it was, but when they introduced the Joker and he was the gangster and then Batman like reflected the bullets back into his face, like that was always like a Joker that was scary to me.
Yeah.
The Jack Nicholson Joker.
Jack Nicholson Joker is classic.
Is that the one from the 60s or which one was that?
That's the one like shoot. Michael Keaton's Batman.
Oh,
Batman 1989.
The classic Batman theme.
The one
Yeah.
from the Lego Batman game. The one it's based on.
yeah.
Yeah. And apparently there's some like DC is going in the direction of like the multiverse and is like there's going to be like some Flashpoint movie and there's going to be multiple Batmans with like the different actors who played the Batman whatever the person you just said.
I'm not mad at that, I guess, because like the way they can't set it up like the MCU. They can't. You know?
Yeah.
Like with the way that the current Justice League series has been going, I actually prefer them just writing a bunch of stories and making them, you know?
like one-offs.
Yeah, one-offs. Like the Batman with Robert Pattinson, which I'm super excited for. It's written in a universe where there is no Joker. Which at first I was like, kind of like, what? You can't have Batman without the Joker. Then I was like, we've spent so much time writing Jokers for the Batman, but like, the Penguin and the Riddler are going to be in this. When was the last time we saw a really good Penguin or Riddler? Like, it's been a sec. You know? So I'm really excited to like see what they do with other characters that we don't get to see as often as Batman villains.
I am excited for that. That'll be cool. Because I honestly, like, the Penguin was always, like, an interesting villain to me. And the one movie where he's, like, super, like, who played it? Was it Danny DeVito? I don't remember.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, yeah. And I was just like, oh, right. And I was just like, what is this? And it was good, but it was just very, like, oh my gosh.
It's weird. It's very Tim Burton-esque, which is, I don't know, I love that. That's just Gotham. It's weird. I love it.
Yeah, and I mean Batman's got so many villains though.
Seriously.
And like in the Arkham games, it goes Arkham Origins, then Asylum, then City, then Knight, Arkham Knight, and Joker dies in Arkham City. And Arkham Knight, the main villain is Scarecrow, and it actually works out really well. Like it's really cool.
Scarecrow has always been an intimidating villain in my mind.
Dude, I loved Scarecrow in the Lego game. Like it was cool to like biplane battle him. But I think that he is such an interesting. There was this comic where they were trying to figure out, like there was this guy and he was like killing people or something. He was like this serial killer, and they were trying to catch him. And so Batman went to the Scarecrow to figure out what he was doing, and he said, like, Scarecrow figured it out, and he's like, it's not it's a pattern, and he's saying, help me, because like this. And I was just like, dang, like the Scarecrow gets things that like other people don't, and I'm just like, oh man.
He's just like it's interesting looking at his psychosis based everything on fear, because I know, especially in Gotham, like I love the way they introduce all the characters in it. It's so cool. But like his character, he's in Gotham.
Does he ever get a Yellow Lantern ring?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Possibly. Let me see. Yes, I have. Nope. Whoops. That's stop shopping.
Stop shopping.
Yes, maybe.
I've heard a lot of conflicting opinions here.
Yeah, it looks like I've seen pics. I'm pulling up pics from comics and stuff. It doesn't surprise me.
All right, I respect it.
I mean, in one universe, but
yeah. I don't know. Scarecrow's such an interesting, like, all the Batman villains are very interesting, but Scarecrow is always just like, I think Harley Quinn is another character that I think is very. I haven't seen Birds of Prey, and I probably won't, but I'm just like interested to be like, well, like,
good guy but bad guy.
Yeah, like she's an interesting person.
Anti-hero. I know,
but
she
I don't
really
know if
is.
she's
She's
like
not
an
an anti-hero. She's an
anti-hero,
anti-villain.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, I think the newer like stories with Harley Quinn have been showing her separate from the Joker. And like you said, like she's like insane, but she's like not bad. Like I see her like teaming up with Batman and stuff sometimes, and I haven't seen the Harley Quinn show. I've heard it's pretty good. I don't know. I just think it's interesting that they've started to separate her from the Joker, because usually like that's who she was. She was Joker's sidekick, but like, you know.
The thing I've always loved about Batman villains that are sometimes different from a lot of the other villains that you see, like a lot of Superman's villains are just like whatever scientific like thing is created to try to cause a problem for Superman. That's the villain. But I feel like the villains in Batman are always like different parts of the worst parts of the society. And that's what's always been super interesting to me.
Yeah, but Superman also has freaking, oh my gosh, Lex Luthor.
Wow, Lex Luthor. That's a classic. I mean, talk about classic villains.
No. Lex is just so like cold and calculating. That's what makes him scary.
Yeah.
Like he knows what he's doing and he knows how to get what he wants.
Yeah. Like even like you can argue that you didn't like the Lex Luthor in Batman versus Superman, but say what you will, he was cold and calculating.
I liked it. I thought he was very well done.
But he was terrifying. And I loved that.
Oh, are you talking about Batman versus Superman?
Yeah. You didn't. I know you don't. I know you probably didn't like him, but I know
I get it, but also I don't know. I don't like him. I don't like him psychopathic. I like him cold and calculating. Like he could be the president.
Which is what I was exciting. Which is what I was excited for in the future that we are maybe gonna get, like what we saw at the end of the trailer of Justice League, him talking to Deathstroke. He seemed a little bit more cold and calculated, you know? I was like, maybe we're gonna get see more of that side of him, but I feel like all that got ex-nayed, so.
Yeah, and I don't know, because like I love the original Justice League cartoon and the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, and like he becomes the president.
Yeah.
And like what makes it so interesting is that the heroes have to deal with him being the president, but sometimes it's like, is he actually like being a good guy right now? But then sometimes you're like, wait a minute, no. Like there's an episode where like Superman believes that he planted like a bomb under the city or something like that, and so Superman goes crazy and just starts punching a hole in the ground and like has to try and get to it. But Shazam is there, and Shazam kind of like fights him and is trying to stop him from like hurting people. And like Lex just like built like a new like park on top of the bomb thing, so Superman just destroys this park and a couple buildings nearby in his fight with Shazam. And then it turns out that it was like some like electricity, like Iron Man, like sustainable electricity thing to help benefit the city. And then everyone like is looking at Superman as the villain because that's what Lex does sometimes.
He always turns it on him.
Oh,
he's a better J. Jonah Jameson.
I know.
Okay. I guess we should each do one more character each.
I guess this is the podcast.
Hey, I'm down.
I'm gonna title it "Talking About Anything and Everything," but mainly random characters.
Okay, let's each pick one more character or whatever person, and then we should probably call it. And yeah, we'll probably end up doing more of these because this was actually really fun.
This was fun.
I think I want to do more chill podcasts, not like
Insanity.
I just like started it and I was like, whatever, who cares? What's a character? Oh man.
Oh, I've got one.
Go.
Alfred Pennyworth.
Oh.
He is my favorite DC character.
He's freaking cool.
He's so cool. Like, so I've been looking at some of the deceased stuff, and that stuff is like super dark and depressing, and so like I don't get into it a ton because I'm like not into that. But anyways, like spoilers alert, so if you guys want to read it, maybe stop me. Do you want to? I don't know. He basically stuff happens and like he has to kill Batman and he's like, I'm sorry, my son. And he loads a shotgun and just shoots him. And it's not the first time that Alfred has used like a shotgun. Like it is kind of like his like tool, which is so interesting. And I was just like, there was this post on Instagram of this guy. It was Robin and Alfred together. And it was like, Alfred, don't you think that was a little like over the top? And he's like, coming from somebody who dresses up a bird and punches people. And he's like, all right, Alfred. And I was just like, Alfred is such a cool dude. Like, oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm just a nerd about Alfred because he's sick.
Yeah, seriously.
Are you ready, Ryan? You do want me to go?
You can go.
We're just talking about DC characters, I guess, but they're on the mind. Red Hood, dude. Oh. Jason Todd, like they, Dick Grayson moved on, became Nightwing, and then they added Jason Todd, and then the fans were like, we don't like him, and then they did this vote thing, and they were like, we'll kill Jason Todd off, and so they did. And then they brought him back and made him one of the coolest characters in DC. He's so sick. Like he's a good guy, but he's not. He's an anti-hero, and he's like Batman's his, quote unquote like father in a way. Did he adopt him? I think he did.
I think so.
Yeah, he probably did at some point.
So, technically Bruce Wayne is his dad, but also Red Hood believes Batman should just kill the people because then they'll be gone forever. If Batman kills the Joker can't hurt anyone. But Batman has his rule thing, and the rule thing is, I kind of think Batman is one of, if not the greatest superhero, and that I think that rule of no killing is like what makes him so good because it provides so many different.
It's the whole live like you either die a hero, or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. He will not let himself become the villain.
Yeah, exactly. And like Red Hood is just a foil to that because he's like, why don't you just kill this guy? Like in the Under the Red Hood story, he's like, why don't you just kill this guy? Like
the
you should be done with him forever.
The Red Hood's kind of right, you know. If they're that much of a problem, if they've killed that many people, and they will continue, why not kill them? Why not stop the problem? You know, in this fictitious world, this environment where we set up, doesn't it make more sense to kill them? But that's Batman's like, I love that. I love him being that, like what you said, that narrative foil to Batman.
And Batman says after that, he says, if I let myself do that, if I let myself go down to that place, I'll never come back. Which, like, you don't know. Like, Batman could, if that happened and he went insane and started just killing a bunch of people, there probably would be a story where the Bat family brought him back and made him a good guy again. Yeah. But, like, in Batman's eyes, he thinks, I have all these skills to take down these criminals. I have all this knowledge. I have thought up ways to beat every Justice League member. I could take out the Justice League by myself. And if I let go and just start like going ham, I could cause some damage. But I mean, you never know. I want to see that story. I want to see, well, maybe there is a story out there probably. I don't know why I said that. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah. No. For me, I think I'm gonna have to go with the 12th Doctor. Which is, I mean, we can't talk a lot about Doctor Who because I'm one of the only people of our friends who have really watched it a lot. But his character, the 12th Doctor, for those of you who don't know, the Doctor is the character, like he's the main character of Doctor Who. Obviously, he regenerates into a new personality type, keeping the memories and like other parts of his life with him. But the 12th Doctor, just the entire idea of his character is like so interesting to me because like what was like at first like his like because Peter Capaldi had already played a character in a previous episode with David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, like 4 or 5 seasons, probably even more, before he was even cast as the Doctor. But like they played that off and were able to like make the face a reminder and but I don't know, just like his character is just so interesting to me because like while the other characters are like young and like blowing stuff up and doing all this cool stuff, he never like was like he's into like the science part of it, but he's more into the philosophy part, and that's what I was like super interested in about like he won every battle, not with like a sword, not with like some explosion, not with rigging something up to try to get people to like make him do what he want. He actually won with philosophy, with teaching people, and I thought it was so cool. Like you can look up 12th Doctor speeches. Like he is a powerful character, but he's also incredibly broken.
We were at your house, and it was the episode with the creepy lady that's like walking around and like chasing. Well, I don't know. Not a lady. I don't know what it was.
That was not a human being.
You guys still haven't seen the end of that episode.
But I just loved how he was like the entire time. He was like, at first he was like, "Oh man, this is terrifying," and he's like freaking out and stuff. And then later he's like, "Why am I scared? I have all the resources here that I need to beat whatever this is." And I think like the camera thing and everything, I was like, "Dang."
Or the 10th, or the 11th. I haven't watched much of Jodie, but that's mostly because I've forgotten. I don't have time, and it's no longer on Netflix, so I need to watch more. But like, I don't know. I really love his character. Like, just the way he approached fighting everything. Like, yeah, like he obviously like killed and stuff because that's like there were people who died and like he fought monsters and stuff. But like, he approached things from a very like philosophical level, and I don't know. I thought it was a really cool approach.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting when we watched it.
You guys would be super Doctor Who if I got you guys into it. If
I know I would be. I just haven't had the time, motivation to like get into that.
It is a really weird show. It's really weird, especially at first. Like the first episode of like the new Doctor Who is him fighting off plastic people. You know, like it's really freaking weird. So yeah, but
Yeah. And like, I know this is off topic, but you know, when Hawk and Dimitri and Cobra Kai were talking about Doctor Who, I was like, yes. And then Hawk dumps the drink on him. I was like, oh. I don't know. I don't know.
lame sauce.
That was random, but you know.
We could spend like an entire podcast talking about Karate Kid. Who knows? Maybe we'll. I want to watch Karate Kid maybe today sometime. So
I just gotta find the movie. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been an hour talking about who knows what.
what? Also, maybe next
Thank
time
you
we'll
for
do like
joining us on this wonderful adventure.
more of a ratings, like something. I don't know.
Yeah. We do have a Discord now. I'll probably put it in the link in the description, and hopefully I put the right link because I messed up last time and that could have been bad, but everything was fine, so we're good.
Shame on you, Justin. Okay.
Okay, bye.